guests were here last year. They are the makers of the game Arma 3, that is an absolute sensation on the modding scene and a brilliant game in its own right. They're here today to talk about their upcoming expansion that is the culmination of years of work, Arma 3 Apex. Joining me will be Jay Crow from Bohemia Interactive. Jay. Hey, Jay.
Mr. Nine, sure.
Good to see. Oh, Mr. Nine. Ooh, I like that title.
Yes, thank you very much for the introduction. Maybe just let me say also thank you for being here. At Bohemia, we are big advocates of the PC, of PC gaming, so it's a real pleasure to celebrate PC gaming and PC game developers. So yeah, on behalf of the Arma 3 team back in the Czech Republic, yeah, it's great to be here.
It's wonderful to have you. Thank you, Jay. So, I mean, right away, tell me a little bit about the big content that's coming up for you.
Yeah, well, last year we were here, like you said, we showed off Tanoa, 100 square kilometers of South Pacific jungly archipelago terrain. The kind of place where you can walk in an hour for one direction and always be finding something new. So what we're here to discuss today is, I guess, how a player is going to explore this terrain, what weapons and vehicles that they're going to have. We also have a little teaser trailer of the 4-player co-op campaign as well, and maybe also a little teaser at the end as well.
Yeah, I mean, like the amount of content that you guys have been working on over the last 3 years is tremendous. I mean, a lot of games have a 3-year development cycle and then they release, but Arma 3 has been continuing development on Arma 3 for 3 years now.
Yeah, that's right. We call it the road to Apex, and it's been a long road. And the kind of vehicles and weapons that we've got lined up for the expansion itself, 13 new weapons, and we kind of see those as a mix of old meets new. So we've got some old favorites coming back, some AKs, some RPGs, and these are in the hands of our French-speaking criminal faction, Syndicate. And this is sort of counterbalanced by more cutting-edge modern weaponry in the hands of our special forces. And the vehicles, which we've been taking the most time over, we've been focusing on like new classes of vehicle, new ways for our players to explore these huge terrains. We have these monstrous VTOL aircraft that can carry other vehicles inside them. They're so big. Then we have these little sort of nimble, light, fun to play with light strike vehicles. So you can sort of get your squad, pile in, and just jet around the terrain on those.
I mean, the thing that's always amazing about the Arma games is that not only is this a ton of content for the game proper, but modding is obviously a huge part of Arma 3. How did you design the content with modding in mind?
Well, I think starting with the terrain maybe, alone, all of the mods and game modes that you know and that you love, we can expect these to be sort of coming back with Apex and getting this fresh new setting, this jungly island terrain. And the weapons and vehicles sort of complement that. They help players maybe create also new kinds of scenarios, because we have the structure and the composition of the terrains, these islands, these jungles. It's something that we haven't seen before. And aside from that, I think the part of the world that we're exploring, the South Pacific, it's such a beautiful part of the world, and it has kind of this also quite difficult or sometimes sad history. And we know that our modders are they're the kind of gamers that will go out there and make new scenarios based on that and inspired by that. And we're really looking forward to seeing what they come up with.
And I'm excited now to start off this world exclusive, the very first look at Arma 3 Apex.
Delta 1-0, be advised that's my call sign complete. Now moving to objective London. Out. Roger. On charge. PID all packed. Go when ready. Alamo, you're up. On it. Flash. Go, go!
Jay, you snuck a release date in on us.
Yeah, we might have seen the first announcement of our release date. That's the 11th of July, or July 11th, if we're going English simplified.
I didn't even know what you said at first. I'm so glad you translated it back to American.
And aside from that, maybe you might have seen snuck in there as well was Right now, the guys back in Prague are staying up late watching the show, helping us out. They've just pushed the button on, hopefully, pushed the button on a special Apex sneak preview build. So if you've pre-ordered Apex, and if you're on the development branch, right now you're downloading all of those.
Right now?
Yeah, right now you're downloading those weapons and vehicles and Tanwar itself, of course. So your ISP is going nuts, and yeah, a few gigabytes coming down the pipe right now.
That's awesome. So, I mean, mods could be part of the official launch date now.
Well, exactly. We have a few weeks. You can kind of get on board, help us with our, I guess, sort of beta testing before this release of July 11th. And we'll see, yeah, everything that we know and love in splendid green hell fashion.
That's awesome, Jay. Thank you so much for coming out. Jay Crow from Bohemia Interactive and Arma 3 Apex.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.